Hey there, friends. Good morning. It's me, your friend Toby, and on day 71 of my morning routine, right before I'm about to head out for my morning walk because I can't do my morning mobility or core or HIIT exercises because my neck is still herniated and hurting. The good news is it's getting better. Less pain, sleeping better. Didn't wake up in pain tonight, but when I sat up in bed this morning, um, that's when it really started to hurt again. So, but I'll take any improvement at this point. I'm happy about that. This morning I thought I'd talk about an insight that came my way in recent weeks while I was listening to books and podcasts about health and fitness. And that is that someone very explicitly stated that the effect of exercise on weight loss is overrated. And this really made me think because I have been on this fitness journey for years, and I have always tried to use exercise to lose weight. And to be very honest, the only time I've ever actually lost weight is when I was seriously minding my diet and my nutrition. Specifically, the first time that really worked out well was about 7 or 8 years ago, where I dropped like 23 kilos over the course of a year. Um, and then every time I've put on weight, the only way I've managed to get it off is by eating differently. So that's just my personal experience, right? I put on weight when I have a poor diet. I lose weight when I mind what I eat and have a healthy diet. Not that I've counted calories in the last year, not at all, but that is how I learned the value of good food versus bad food and learned to understand the impact certain foods had on my energy balance by counting calories for more than a year. So this made me think, this gentleman said this, and something in my mind went, that feels true. Now it's always dangerous, right, when we start to say, oh, that feels true, because we don't want to fall into the trap, or I don't like falling into the trap of, well, believing this is good for me because I've done that for years, and then acting on that belief only to find out later that if I had done some research and followed the science, which when it comes to health and weight loss and fitness and growing muscle and getting stronger is pretty robust and works really well, by the way, if you follow the protocols that are out there, to find out that, I could have done better. So I thought about this and I tried to place this into my understanding of health and fitness. So the effect of exercise on weight loss is overrated, and exercise does make you healthier. So we need to keep that in mind, right? That exercise is good for you, but it is nutrition that is key to weight management. Is the insight I take away from everything that I've heard there. So how does it fit into the big three categories I have for my health and fitness in my lifestyle? Well, the big three categories I have, right, are sleep. First of all, how well I'm sleeping. Nutrition, I've been very mindful about my nutrition for a long time, and I still am. Healthy breakfast, healthy lunch, healthy dinner, but I don't overdo it. And exercise, because I do this because I want to be stronger and have the endurance for life. So let's talk about sleep. Now, sleep for me comes down to my ability to recover and my ability to focus throughout the day. So the better I sleep, the better I feel after training, but also the better I'm able to focus on the tasks that I have throughout the day. Sleep is like the cornerstone of everything. We can go up and down in between sleep, nutrition, and exercise, but I can't eat properly if I don't sleep well. This is actually just a fact. I think one of the things I picked up from Matt Walker's book, Why We Sleep, is that when you're sleep deprived, you'll eat around 300 calories more in a day without thinking about it. So, if I want to be mindful of my nutrition, I need to sleep well. The same goes for exercise, right? What's more important, sleep or exercise? Well, if I train very hard but I don't recover properly, I limit my ability to perform on the next training. So whenever I'm exercising, it's important that I sleep sufficiently. So the big three for me: sleep, nutrition, and exercise. And then I try to break those three down for myself to understand better, well, then where does this new insight fit in, that the effect of exercise on weight loss is maybe overrated? So like I said, sleep is about recovery and my ability to focus. And I guess the easiest way for me to describe that is to sleep between 7 and 9 hours consistently. That would be the key takeaway for that. All right, what about nutrition? Well, nutrition is about having the energy to do the things throughout the day. Apparently, it's important for my weight management, which I know from experience. And it affects this thing called the gut microbiome. And this is relatively new, I guess, 5 or 6 years ago. It started to become a thing where insights about these gut microbiomes that live inside of us are shown to have an effect on a whole bunch of health indicators. One of them actually also being how healthy you are, how good your immune system functions. So there are two things about nutrition then that to me become important, right? That's the energy balance. So calories in, calories out, even though there's a video going around on YouTube that says the calorie is a lie. I do think that, calories in and calories out, or the energy balance, is a very useful tool because I've used it to great effect myself. Because understanding when you are overeating, or when I was overeating, helped me manage better foods into my overall diet. But then there's also the whole conversation about quality over quantity. And here's where this new research is super interesting, because apparently they gave people the same amount of calories in food, but one type of food was ultra-processed food, what they define as ultra-processed food, which I believe the simplest definition of that is any food with an ingredient in it that you would not find in a standard kitchen, versus whole foods. And so you have energy balance, and then you have this debate about quality or quantity. And this research very clearly showed that when you eat ultra-processed foods, not only are you unhealthier, your gut microbiome, for example, becomes unhealthier or dies, so to speak, but you also gain weight easier. It's harder to take the weight off. Whereas if you're eating a similar amount of calories from whole foods, you're healthier, but you also start to lose weight. So when it comes to nutrition, I guess I'd break it down to, managing your energy balance, being aware of when you've had enough, but also getting better quality food rather than more food, because better quality food will not only leave you feeling fuller, but it is also better for your health. So I'd break that down into eat a varied diet of fresh, whole, unprocessed foods every day. And then the last one is exercise. So if nutrition is, what really will help me lose the weight, then what about all of these videos about, lose weight fast, fat burning workouts, etc.? Well, obviously when you exercise, you expend energy, so it shifts your energy balance. And there are a lot of health benefits to exercising, right? Better cardiorespiratory system, stronger muscles, better mobility, better able to move. I'm a big fan of exercise because we know that sitting still, and people call it the sitting disease, or that is slowly killing us, right? Sitting still is detrimental, utterly detrimental to our bodies. So when it comes to exercise, I think the insight that I've always had, and that with everything that I've learned recently still is true, is to combine regular strength and endurance exercise with any outdoor activity. So it's not just about going to the gym and doing things like lifting weights or standing on a treadmill, but also spending time outside in nature is good for the mind and body, and actually also for that thing called the gut microbiome. So to wrap it up, like my understanding of this right now, what I'm going to use to manage my health and fitness, I'm going to try to sleep between 7 and 9 hours consistently, which is something that I already do. I'm going to try to eat a varied diet of fresh, whole, unprocessed foods, which I already tried to do, but now I understand better why that is so important. And I've actually added different foods to this diet, because I understand now that, for example, eating little bits of fermented food is a lot better than skipping them altogether for that gut microbiome. And then combining regular strength and endurance exercise with any outdoor activity, because first of all, exercise has a lot of health benefits, and combined with a healthy diet makes you healthier. But also being outdoor is good for the mind, for the body, and for the gut microbiome. I guess that's it for this morning. So I hope that you found that interesting. I'll leave some links below when I get back from my walk, so that you can look at some of the things that I've been reading and listening to on this topic. I find it super interesting. And if our immune system works better and we are overall healthier, then we are going to do better in life generally. Remember what I always say, wherever you are, you're good just the way you are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. And the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So I'll see you tomorrow.